They were not supposed to be found. They were not supposed to survive. And according to everything we know about history, they were never supposed to exist at all. Imagine holding an object in your hands that doesn't belong to your time. An artifact that appears thousands of years too advanced, too precise, too modern, as if someone or something placed it there intentionally. Tonight, we are stepping into the shadowy space where archaeology meets mystery, where official explanations begin to crack, and where history quietly whispers, "There is more you are not being told." This is not a story about legends. This is about real objects, real discoveries, documented, photographed, studied, and yet never fully explained. Let's begin. In the early 20th century, workers digging deep into the earth expected nothing more than stone and soil. What they uncovered instead was metal, refined, shaped, and unmistakably artificial. The layer of earth it came from was dated to millions of years old, long before humans were supposed to have existed. Scientists dismissed it as contamination, a mistake, an error, but the metal was embedded too deeply, too perfectly, as if time itself had sealed it away. Then there is a device discovered in a shipwreck off the coast of Greece. At first glance, it looked like a lump of bronze corroded, but when researchers examined it closely, they found gears, interlocking, mathematical, precise, a mechanical system capable of predicting eclipses and planetary movement. According to accepted history, machines like this should not have existed for another 1,000 years. And yet, there it was, silent proof that ancient minds may have understood the universe far better than we imagine. In South America, massive stone structures sit at altitudes where breathing becomes difficult even today. The stones weigh tens of tons. They are cut with such precision that modern blades struggle to replicate the angles. No mortar, no gaps, no room even for a blade of grass. Archaeologists say primitive tools were used, but when asked how those tools achieved laser-like accuracy, the answers grow quiet. And then there are artifacts that seem almost playful. Small figurines discovered in ancient cultures that look disturbingly like modern aircraft, with wings, tails, aerodynamic balance. When scaled up and tested, they actually fly. Coincidence, they say, symbolism. But why would a culture with no recorded knowledge of aviation create something that obeys the laws of modern aerodynamics? Sometimes the mystery lies not in what was found, but in what was removed. Across the world, discoveries have vanished into private collections, restricted archives, classified storage, tablets that rewrite timelines, tools that suggest advanced metallurgy, maps that show coastlines only visible after ice ages melted. Officially, these objects are either lost, misinterpreted, or ignored. Unofficially, they're inconvenient. Consider ancient maps that depict Antarctica without ice, not partially, completely, coastlines accurate to the mile, ice that science says has covered the continent for at least 6,000 years. Who mapped it, and how? Or stone carvings that depict what appear to be complex machines, tubes, chambers, controls. Mainstream historians call them religious symbols, but when engineers look at them, they see schematics, not stories, systems. What if history isn't a straight line? What if civilization didn't begin once, but many times? What if knowledge was lost, buried, erased, and rediscovered only in fragments? These artifacts force us to confront an uncomfortable question. Are we truly the most advanced civilization to ever exist? Or are we simply the latest one to survive? Because if these objects are real, and many experts quietly admit they are, then someone before us understood engineering, astronomy, mathematics, and material science at a level we are only now beginning to reach again. And that changes everything.
It means history is not missing pages. It is missing entire chapters. The reason these artifacts feel unsettling is not because they're impossible, it's because they are possible. And that possibility threatens the story we've been taught. A story where progress is linear, where ancient humans were simple, where modern civilization stands at the peak. But the Earth remembers more than textbooks do. Buried beneath stone and sand are reminders that knowledge can rise and fall. And perhaps the greatest mystery is not who made these artifacts, but why they were left behind. As warnings, as messages, or as evidence, waiting for a future that was finally ready to ask the right questions. Because once you accept that even one of these objects is real, you can never look at history the same way again. And maybe that's why some mysteries were never meant to be solved. If you listen closely, the past is still speaking. The question is, are we brave enough to hear it?